the slave who became a navy commander and sank an empire. In the late 15th century, the Mediterranean was a cauldron of empires and ambitions. Amidst this turmoil, a boy named Khizr was born around 1478 on the island of Lesbos, then under Ottoman control. His father, Yakup Aya, was a former soldier, and his mother, Katerina, was of Greek Christian descent. Khizr grew up in a family of seafarers, with his brothers Oruç, Ishak, and Ilyas, all destined for the sea. The brothers initially engaged in trade, but the volatile nature of the Mediterranean pushed them towards privateering. Oruç and Ilyas ventured into the Levant, while Khizr operated in the Aegean Sea. Their activities were not without peril. During a trading expedition, Oruç and Ilyas were attacked by a galley of the Knights Hospitaller. Ilyas was killed, and Oruç was captured and enslaved, enduring years of hardship before escaping. These events hardened the brothers, especially Khizr, who continued their maritime endeavors with renewed vigor. They became formidable figures, known for their daring and naval prowess. Their reputation grew, and they were both feared and respected across the Mediterranean. Khizr's transformation from a trader to a corsair was complete. He adopted the name Hayreddin, meaning goodness of the faith, and was later nicknamed Barbarossa, or Redbeard, by Europeans due to his distinctive facial hair. His journey from humble beginnings to becoming a naval commander was just beginning. In the late 15th century, the Mediterranean was a volatile arena of empires, pirates, and shifting allegiances. Amidst this chaos, a young man named Khizr, born on the island of Lesbos, found himself and his brothers drawn into the perilous world of maritime trade and eventually piracy. Khizr's elder brother Oruç had already embarked on a seafaring life, engaging in trade and, when necessary, combat. During one such voyage, Oruç was captured by the Knights Hospitaller and enslaved, enduring years of hardship before escaping. This experience hardened him, and upon reuniting with his brothers, they collectively turned to privateering, targeting Christian ships and coastal settlements. Operating from bases along the North African coast, the brothers quickly gained notoriety. Their intimate knowledge of the sea, combined with their audacity, made them formidable adversaries. They weren't mere pirates, they were strategic operators, aligning themselves with the Ottoman Empire to legitimize their actions and expand their influence. Their operations weren't solely driven by personal gain. They also facilitated the rescue and relocation of Muslims fleeing persecution in Spain, transporting them to safety in North Africa. This humanitarian aspect bolstered their reputation among Muslim communities and secured them a steady stream of loyal recruits. As their power grew, so did their ambitions. The brothers set their sights on Algiers, a city under Spanish control. Through a combination of military prowess and political maneuvering, they seized the city, establishing a stronghold that would serve as a base for further operations. Tragically, Oruç was killed in battle, leaving Khizr to carry on their legacy. Adopting the name Hayreddin, meaning goodness of the faith, he continued their mission with renewed vigor. His leadership and naval expertise caught the attention of the Ottoman Sultan, who appointed him as the admiral of the Ottoman fleet. Hayreddin Barbarossa, as he became known, transformed from a pirate into a state-sponsored naval commander. His fleet dominated the Mediterranean, challenging European powers and securing Ottoman supremacy in the region. Khizr, later known as Hayreddin Barbarossa, transitioned from a corsair to a formidable naval commander. His early experiences in the Mediterranean, including the loss of his brother Ilyas and the capture of his brother Oruç by the Knights Hospitaller, instilled in him a deep understanding of naval warfare and the complexities of Mediterranean politics. After Oruç's escape and their subsequent operations along the North African coast, the brothers established a stronghold in Algiers. Their naval prowess and strategic alliances, particularly with the Ottoman Empire, elevated their status from pirates to state-sponsored naval commanders. Khizr's transformation was marked by his appointment as the admiral of the Ottoman fleet. Under his leadership, the Ottoman navy secured significant victories, including the capture of key territories and the defeat of European naval forces. His strategic acumen and naval expertise not only expanded the Ottoman Empire's influence, but also reshaped the balance of power in the Mediterranean. In 1533, Khizr, now known as Hayreddin Barbarossa, was appointed as the Capudan Pasha, Grand Admiral of the Ottoman Empire, by Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. This appointment marked a significant turning point in his career, transitioning from a corsair to the supreme commander of the Ottoman Navy. Under his leadership, the Ottoman fleet underwent substantial expansion and modernization. Barbarossa's strategic acumen and naval expertise were instrumental in securing Ottoman dominance over the Mediterranean during the mid-16th century. One of his most notable achievements was the decisive victory at the Battle of Preveza in 1538. Facing a formidable Holy League fleet assembled by Pope Paul III, which included ships from Spain, Venice, and the Papal States, Barbarossa's fleet outmaneuvered and defeated the coalition, solidifying Ottoman naval supremacy in the region. Barbarossa's success was not solely due to his naval prowess. He was also a master of diplomacy and statecraft, forging alliances and securing the loyalty of various factions within the empire. His ability to integrate former pirates and corsairs into the Ottoman naval structure created a formidable and disciplined force that challenged the established European powers. His transformation from a slave to a naval commander who could challenge and defeat the mightiest empires of Europe is a testament to his extraordinary leadership and strategic vision. Hayreddin Barbarossa's ascent from a corsair to the Grand Admiral of the Ottoman Navy was marked by strategic brilliance and audacious naval campaigns. His transformation was not just a personal journey, but also a pivotal chapter in the maritime history of the Mediterranean. In 1533, Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent summoned Barbarossa to Istanbul and appointed him as the Capudan Pasha, Grand Admiral of the Ottoman fleet. This appointment was a turning point, as it signified the Ottoman Empire's commitment to establishing naval supremacy in the Mediterranean. Under Barbarossa's leadership, the Ottoman Navy underwent significant expansion and modernization, becoming a formidable force on the seas. Barbarossa's naval campaigns were both strategic and ruthless. In 1534, he led a successful expedition to capture Tunis, establishing a strong Ottoman presence in North Africa. This conquest not only expanded the empire's territory, but also provided a strategic base for further operations in the Western Mediterranean. The following year, in 1535, Emperor Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire launched a massive counter-offensive to retake Tunis. Despite the overwhelming force, Barbarossa managed to evacuate his troops and fleet, avoiding a direct confrontation and preserving his naval strength for future engagements. Barbarossa's most significant naval victory came in 1538 at the Battle of Preveza. Facing a formidable Holy League fleet assembled by Pope Paul III, which included ships from Spain, Venice, and the Papal States, Barbarossa's fleet outmaneuvered and defeated the coalition. This decisive victory secured Ottoman dominance over the Mediterranean for the next 3 decades. Beyond his military prowess, Barbarossa was also a shrewd diplomat. He forged alliances with various European powers, including France, leveraging these relationships to further Ottoman interests and counterbalance the influence of the Habsburgs in the region. Barbarossa's rise to power was not just a testament to his naval capabilities, but also to his ability to navigate the complex political landscape of the time. His legacy as the Corsair King endures, symbolizing a period when the Ottoman Empire asserted its dominance over the Mediterranean through a combination of military might and strategic diplomacy. In the aftermath of the monumental victory at the Battle of Preveza in 1538, Hayreddin Barbarossa stood as the unchallenged master of the Mediterranean. Yet with great power came relentless challenges. The European powers, reeling from their defeat, were not content to let the Ottoman naval supremacy go unchallenged. Thus began a series of conflicts that Barbarossa neither initiated nor desired, but was compelled to engage in to defend and expand the empire's interests. The Franco-Ottoman alliance and the siege of Nice. In 1543, the geopolitical landscape of Europe saw an unusual alliance, the Catholic Kingdom of France and the Muslim Ottoman Empire. United by their mutual animosity towards the Habsburgs, King Francis I of France and Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent orchestrated a joint military campaign against their common enemy. Barbarossa, leading a formidable fleet of over 100 galleys, sailed to the French port of Toulon, which was ceded to the Ottomans for the winter. This unprecedented event saw the transformation of Toulon into a temporary Ottoman base, complete with the call to prayer echoing from its cathedral. From Toulon, Barbarossa launched an assault on the city of Nice, then under the control of the Duchy of Savoy, an ally of the Habsburgs. The combined Franco-Ottoman forces laid siege to the city in August 1543. Despite fierce resistance, they captured Nice, although the citadel held out. The siege demonstrated the effectiveness of the alliance and the reach of Ottoman naval power deep into Western Europe. Continued campaigns and the defense of Algiers. Barbarossa's campaigns extended beyond the Mediterranean. In 1541, Emperor Charles V launched a massive expedition to capture Algiers, a key Ottoman stronghold in North Africa. The campaign ended in disaster for the Habsburgs. A violent storm decimated their fleet, and the well-fortified city, under the command of Barbarossa's deputies, repelled the assault. This failure solidified Ottoman control over the Western Mediterranean and showcased the resilience of their defenses. Final years and legacy. Barbarossa continued to lead naval expeditions until his retirement in 1545. He returned to Constantinople, where he spent his final years until his death in 1546. His legacy endured, not only in the annals of Ottoman history, but also in the broader narrative of Mediterranean geopolitics. The wars he fought, though not of his choosing, were pivotal in shaping the balance of power in the region. In the summer of 1544, Hayreddin Barbarossa, the formidable Ottoman admiral, set his sights on the Aeolian Islands, specifically the island of Lipari. This strategic location in the Tyrrhenian Sea was under the control of the Kingdom of Naples and held significant value for maritime dominance in the region. Barbarossa's fleet approached Lipari with the intent to capture the island. The inhabitants, aware of his reputation, sent envoys to negotiate peace. However, Barbarossa dismissed their offers, asserting that the island was already under his control and that negotiations were futile. He famously retorted, "You came too late for clemency. How dare you offer what is already mine?" The siege culminated in the sacking of Lipari. Barbarossa's forces captured and enslaved a significant portion of the population, with estimates ranging from 9,000 to 11,000 individuals. The city's archives were destroyed and its religious institutions desecrated. This brutal act served as a stark warning to other Mediterranean coastal cities about the might of the Ottoman navy and the consequences of resistance. Barbarossa's campaign in Lipari was not an isolated incident. It was part of a broader strategy to assert Ottoman naval supremacy in the Mediterranean. His actions in Lipari, along with other campaigns, solidified his reputation as a formidable naval commander and a key figure in the expansion of the Ottoman Empire's maritime influence. By the mid-16th century, Hayreddin Barbarossa had transformed the Mediterranean into an Ottoman-dominated sea, challenging the naval supremacy of European powers. His strategic brilliance and relentless campaigns left the Habsburg Empire and its allies grappling with a formidable adversary they couldn't subdue. The Battle of Preveza, a turning point. In 1538, the Holy League, orchestrated by Pope Paul III, assembled a vast fleet to counter the Ottoman threat. Led by the Genoese admiral Andrea Doria, the coalition comprised ships from Spain, Venice, the Papal States, and others. Despite being outnumbered, Barbarossa's fleet achieved a resounding victory at the Battle of Preveza, sinking and capturing numerous enemy vessels without losing a single ship. This triumph solidified Ottoman naval dominance in the Mediterranean for decades. Barbarossa's success wasn't solely due to naval prowess. His deep understanding of maritime logistics, combined with his ability to inspire and lead diverse crews, made him an unparalleled commander. He effectively integrated former pirates and corsairs into a disciplined naval force, turning erstwhile outlaws into state-sponsored warriors. Hayreddin Barbarossa's campaigns didn't just expand the Ottoman Empire's territories, they redefined naval warfare in the Mediterranean. His legacy as a slave who rose to become the most feared admiral of his time serves as a testament to his extraordinary leadership and strategic acumen. By the mid-16th century, Hayreddin Barbarossa had become a name that instilled fear across European courts. His naval prowess and strategic acumen had not only secured Ottoman dominance over the Mediterranean, but also challenged the very foundations of European maritime power. European monarchs, particularly Emperor Charles V, recognized the threat Barbarossa posed. Charles V's attempts to curb Barbarossa's influence, including the ill-fated expedition to Algiers in 1541, ended in disaster, further cementing Barbarossa's reputation as an indomitable force. Barbarossa's alliances, notably with France, exemplified his strategic brilliance. The Franco-Ottoman alliance, though controversial, allowed him to winter his fleet in Toulon and launch joint operations, such as the Siege of Nice in 1543, directly challenging Habsburg interests. His ability to integrate former pirates into a disciplined naval force and his deep understanding of maritime logistics made him a formidable adversary. European powers, despite their efforts, found themselves unable to neutralize the threat he represented. Barbarossa's legacy as a slave who rose to become the most feared admiral of his time serves as a testament to his extraordinary leadership and strategic vision. By 1545, Hayreddin Barbarossa had spent decades dominating the Mediterranean, transforming the Ottoman navy into a formidable force. His campaigns had reshaped the balance of power, challenging European supremacy at sea. Yet, even as age advanced, Barbarossa embarked on one final expedition, a testament to his enduring commitment to the empire. In his final naval expedition, Barbarossa led his fleet along the coasts of Italy and the Spanish mainland. He bombarded several ports, including those in Tuscany and the Balearic Islands, demonstrating that Ottoman naval power remained unchallenged. These raids were not merely acts of aggression, but strategic moves to disrupt enemy supply lines and assert dominance in key maritime regions. Following this campaign, Barbarossa returned to Constantinople in 1545. He retired to his seaside palace in the Büyükdere neighborhood, entrusting the governance of Algiers to his son, Hassan Pasha. During his retirement, Barbarossa dictated his memoirs, known as the Gazavatu Hayreddin Pasha, Conquests of Hayreddin Pasha, providing invaluable insights into his naval strategies and the geopolitical landscape of the Mediterranean. On July 4, 1546, Hayreddin Barbarossa passed away peacefully in his palace. He was buried in a mausoleum in the Beşiktaş district of Istanbul, near the site where his fleet once assembled. For centuries, Ottoman naval ships paid homage to his tomb before embarking on voyages, a tradition that underscored his enduring legacy. Barbarossa's final years were marked by reflection and the consolidation of his life's work. His contributions had not only expanded the Ottoman Empire's maritime reach, but also left an indelible mark on naval warfare. His strategies and campaigns continue to be studied, reflecting the profound impact he had on the course of history. Hayreddin Barbarossa's legacy is that of a man who, rising from humble beginnings, reshaped the Mediterranean's power dynamics. Born Khizr on the island of Lesbos, he transitioned from a corsair to the Grand Admiral of the Ottoman Navy, leaving an indelible mark on naval warfare. Barbarossa's naval strategies were revolutionary. He integrated former pirates into a disciplined naval force, turning erstwhile outlaws into state-sponsored warriors. His deep understanding of maritime logistics and his ability to inspire diverse crews made him an unparalleled commander. His victories, notably at the Battle of Preveza in 1538, secured Ottoman dominance over the Mediterranean for decades. Beyond his military prowess, Barbarossa was a shrewd diplomat. His alliance with France, a Christian nation, against the Habsburgs, showcased his ability to navigate complex political landscapes. This partnership allowed him to winter his fleet in Toulon and launch joint operations, such as the Siege of Nice in 1543. Barbarossa's impact extended beyond his lifetime. His strategies and campaigns are still studied for their brilliance. He transformed the Ottoman Navy into a formidable force, challenging European supremacy at sea. His mausoleum in Istanbul remains a symbol of his enduring legacy, with Ottoman naval ships traditionally paying homage before embarking on voyages. Hayreddin Barbarossa's legacy is that of a man who, rising from humble beginnings, reshaped the Mediterranean's power dynamics. Born Khizr on the island of Lesbos, he transitioned from a corsair to the Grand Admiral of the Ottoman Navy, leaving an indelible mark on naval warfare. Barbarossa's naval strategies were revolutionary. He integrated former pirates into a disciplined naval force, turning erstwhile outlaws into state-sponsored warriors. His deep understanding of maritime logistics and his ability to inspire diverse crews made him an unparalleled commander. His victories, notably at the Battle of Preveza in 1538, secured Ottoman dominance over the Mediterranean for decades. Beyond his military prowess, Barbarossa was a shrewd diplomat. His alliance with France, a Christian nation, against the Habsburgs, showcased his ability to navigate complex political landscapes. This partnership allowed him to winter his fleet in Toulon and launch joint operations, such as the Siege of Nice in 1543. Barbarossa's impact extended beyond his lifetime. His strategies and campaigns are still studied for their brilliance. He transformed the Ottoman Navy into a formidable force, challenging European supremacy at sea. His mausoleum in Istanbul remains a symbol of his enduring legacy, with Ottoman naval ships traditionally paying homage before embarking on voyages. Hayreddin Barbarossa's legacy transcends his lifetime, leaving an indelible mark on naval warfare and the geopolitical landscape of the Mediterranean. His transformation from a corsair to the Grand Admiral of the Ottoman Navy exemplifies a remarkable journey of resilience, strategic brilliance, and unwavering ambition. Barbarossa's naval strategies were revolutionary. He integrated former pirates into a disciplined naval force, turning erstwhile outlaws into state-sponsored warriors. His deep understanding of maritime logistics and his ability to inspire diverse crews made him an unparalleled commander. His victories, notably at the Battle of Preveza in 1538, secured Ottoman dominance over the Mediterranean for decades. Beyond his military prowess, Barbarossa was a shrewd diplomat. His alliance with France, a Christian nation, against the Habsburgs, showcased his ability to navigate complex political landscapes. This partnership allowed him to winter his fleet in Toulon and launch joint operations, such as the Siege of Nice in 1543. Barbarossa's impact extended beyond his lifetime. His strategies and campaigns are still studied for their brilliance. He transformed the Ottoman Navy into a formidable force, challenging European supremacy at sea. His mausoleum in Istanbul remains a symbol of his enduring legacy, with Ottoman naval ships traditionally paying homage before embarking on voyages. And that, my friends, wraps up the epic saga of Hayreddin Barbarossa, the enslaved boy who rose to command empires and turn the tides of history. From the shores of Lesbos to the throne of the Mediterranean, his legacy sails on. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to subscribe to Uncle Luke's channel for more riveting stories from the annals of history. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an adventure.